Hello everyone, welcome to Data Crack, where we break down data and crack into it together. You are watching the Power BI interview series, where we are covering 70 must known questions in just 7 days. Each day we will be targeting 10 questions. Alright, today we are starting one of the most requested and important topic, that is Power BI Basic. Whether you are a fresher or trying to study a Power BI, this top 10 question will help you to build a strong foundation and gain confidence to crack your next interview. So let's start the question without any delay. So the first question for today is that what is Power BI? Well, as per definition, Power BI is a business intelligence tool by Microsoft used to connect, clean, model and visualize data through interactive dashboard and report that help business make divine data driven decision. All right, so what you can just normally say that Power BI, you can just normally say that Power BI, you can normally say that Power BI, you can just normally say that Power BI, Power BI is the collection collection of tool or components. All right, what are these tool now? Power query, query, power pivot, power view, and finally Power BI service. So what is this all tool? So normally when we speak about Power Query, it deals with the cleaning part, data cleaning. Whenever you have the raw data and you need to clean the data, or whether you need to perform joining, merging, appending and all, at that situation we will refer to Power Query. Similarly, Power Pivot, it is normally used for data modeling part. When you have a data from multiple source, in such a situation you need to create a relationship between them. For that we use Power Pivot, and for creating charts and graph or dashboard we use Power View. Power View normally contain 250, more than 250 charts and graph. All right, now once you have created a dashboard or report, you need to share it, right? So in order to share your dashboard or report, you use a cloud versions, Power BI service, which is a cloud version, which we normally use for sharing or collaboration purpose, or collaboration. All right, I hope you all understand what is Power BI. So in a simple word, you can just simply say that Power BI is a business intelligence tool which will help you to analyze your data, to clean your data, and finally convert the data into a visual format, where you can create different type of reports or dashboard. Okay, now moving to our the next question, moving forward to our the next question is that we do have what is the components of a Power BI. All right, you can divide normally the components of a Power BI into a five. You can just normally say that there are five components of a Power BI, or it can be divided into a five type. The first one, you can say that Power BI service. The first one, you can just normally say that it is a Power BI, Power BI service. Power BI service, Power BI desktop, top, Power BI desktop, Power BI mobile, Power BI gateway, and finally you have Power BI report service. All right, means you normally can divide the components of Power BI into five different type. Well, speaking about Power BI service, Power BI service is normally, it is a normally online version. It is normally online version. All right, which we normally use once you have already created your report or dashboard. You need to share that dashboard or report among various people, right? So you use this online versions or a cloud version for sharing or collaboration. All right, you normally use it for sharing. All right, your report or dashboard. Now we're speaking about Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop, it is normally a developer tool. It is normally a Power BI desktop is a developer tool that you normally download or install in your computer system in order to create different type of a report or dashboard. All right, now Power BI mobile. Well, speaking about the Power BI mobile, it is normally for viewing report on the device. It is normally built for mobile where you view a report in your mobile phone. All right, mobile phone type of a device. Now, while speaking about Power BI Gateway, Power BI Gateway, it is nothing but it is also a Microsoft tool that you normally install on your local computer system. You normally install, all right, in your local computer system. It normally works like a bridge between on-premise data and Power BI service, which allow to report normally which allow to refresh your report automatically or run live query without manually uploading data. So normally Power BI gateway, it work like a bridge, okay, bridge between uh, your data and Power BI service. Its main work is to refresh your data, automatically refresh your data. All right. Now, we're speaking about Power BI report. We're speaking about a Power BI report or report service. You can just normally call Power BI report service. It is on-premises platform to host and manage Power BI report inside your organization. It is mainly used when cloud deployment isn't allowed, right, due to security issue. For example, in any company, you can take the example, even whether just take an example. There is a company called DHL. Okay, they generate a million of a data or the thousands of a data every day. Even they prepare the dashboard and report, but they don't use the normal this Power BI service for sharing. They do have their own personal Power BI service, but they do have own their own personal Power BI service, okay, which they use to share their report and dashboard, but within that DHL company only. Means outside the people of DHL can't see their report and dashboard, right? So it is you can just simply consider this Power BI report dashboard. It is simply like having our own private Power BI service inside our own company where all data and report stay within our own firewall. Means other people can't see our data or information. It is normally used due to security purpose. All right, in big organization and all. I hope you all understand the meaning of this components of a Power BI. Now moving ahead to the next question. Now let's move toward the next question. That is, we have is that uh, what is the difference between Power BI dashboard and Power BI service? As I have already discussed even earlier, normally while speaking about Power BI desktop, right? Uh, Power BI desktop is all about the desktop tool. It is a developer tool, right, that you normally install or download in your computer for creating different type of charts, report, or dashboard. Okay, it is a developer tool. On the other hand, Power BI service, it is a cloud version or the online platform that we normally use for sharing our report or dashboard. Means we normally use Power BI, we normally use Power BI service for sharing, propose, or collaboration, right? But on the other hand, this is the developer tool. It is a developer tool. It is normally a developer tool that we normally install and download in our computer system in order to make different type of a report, charts, or dashboard. All right, now moving ahead to the next question we have here is, what are visualization and tile in Power BI? Just by definition, it is said that a visualization in Power BI is any chart, graph, table, or visual element that display data. Like it can be a bar chart, pie chart, KPI, or map. Means visualization normally represent any chart. For example, if I draw here one bar chart, all right, this is my visualization. Okay, but while speaking about this tile, is a single visual. Tile normally represent a single visual that you pin to your dashboard. All right. uh, uh, in order to remember, you can just simply say that if you create a bar chart, it that represent a visualization. But when you pin your bar chart, it normally it become your tie. All right, now moving toward the next question, that is 5 number. What is the difference between report and dashboard in Power BI? A report in Power BI is a multi-page canvas built in Power BI dashboard where you can create interactive visualization, filters, and slideshow using your data model. All right, but well, on the other hand, dashboard is just a single page summary view in Power BI service that contain tile pinned from one or more report, mainly used for high level monitoring. Okay, so while speaking about report, it can be with a multi page, right? Multi page, but report is for multi page, and while speaking about a dashboard, it is just for a single page canvas. All right, it is for it normally indicate a single page. All right, I hope you understand the meaning of a report and dashboard. Now moving toward the next question, what are filter, slicer, and breakthrough in Power BI? All right, filter normally apply a condition to limit the data shown in the visual page or entire page. There are various label of a filter we can use. The first one is page visual label filter. Visual label filter, it normally for example, I create one bar chart. All right, and I just apply the filter on this particular bar chart, then it will affect only this chart rather than my pie chart in the graph and all right, but when I apply page label filter, in such a situation my both chart will be affected. All right, means when I apply the filter, even my this chart will be affected and even my bar chart will be affected. But imagine I have a multiple page. I do have here bar chart, pie chart, I do have here line chart. All right, I do have here slicer and all. Then when I use this report label filter, then my all the page will be affected, even the page number 1 2 3. All right, so filter can be of different label. One visual, that will affect the single chart. All right, we can apply on single chart, but when we apply at a page label, our one single page will be affected, but for report label all the page will be affected. All right, now moving ahead to the next question. What now 7 number, right? It is saying what is the data model in Power BI? Well, speaking about the data model in Power BI, It define normally it that we normally use a data model in Power BI to define a relationship between a table using key. For example, in SQL, we normally use foreign key, right, to define the relationship between our table, right, and store measure, calculated column, and hierarchy. It normally enable efficient data analysis. All right. Now moving toward the next question, here we have is that what is the DAX in Power BI? Normally, DAX is a data analyst function. It is a formula language that we normally use to create a custom column, measures, and table in Power BI. For example, we need to find the total sales. In such a situation, we can normally use a aggregate functions like sum sales column, right? Then we are able to get the total sales for that particular column. So you can normally understand that the DAX stand for data analyst expression, which is a formula language which we normally use to create a measure, calculated column, and table in a Power BI. All right. Now, while speaking about the next question, what are the measure and calculated column? A calculated column add a new column to your table uh, on row level calculation. It store memory and evaluate for each row. On the other hand, measure perform aggregate calculations like sum, average, count, and the result depend on the context of your visual, like select filter or slicer. Um, the last question for today is what are the some common visualizations used in Power BI? It can be there are as we know that in Power BI there are more than 250 charts, but mostly commonly used visuals are bar chart, line chart, cards, metric table, pie chart, donut chart, KPI, slicer, funnel chart, map visual, right? I hope you all understand the questions and the explanations of a today class. In the next class, we will be covering the topic on data loading and Power Query. Totally in detail, all this 10 question will help you to build a confidence about data loading and Power Query. Yeah, thank you so much.